Did you know that every year, millions of people over 60 suffer falls caused by weakness in their legs, cramps, or simple lack of balance when walking inside their own home? In many cases, these falls don't happen because the person is sick or has a serious problem. They happen silently as a consequence of muscular wear and tear that could have been avoided with small changes in daily life. And the most frightening thing, most people only realize this when it's too late, when the first fall has already happened, when the pain in the calf or knee becomes constant, when climbing a step or walking to the gate becomes a challenge. But the truth that no one talks about is that there is a solution, and it starts with information. Imagine now an elderly lady named Ruth. She is 78 years old, lives alone, and has always been active, taking care of the garden, shopping at the corner market, climbing up and down the stairs of her home every day. But over time, she realized that her legs no longer had the same firmness. It started with a strange feeling when getting out of bed, a slight weakness, as if she were always tired. Then came the first cramps, especially at night, which would wake her up in pain and fear. Little by little, Ruth stopped walking as much. She started avoiding stairs. She started using a chair to lean on while cooking. And then, on an ordinary day, she slipped on the living room rug and fell. Luckily, she didn't break anything, but she was shaken. That's when she decided to seek help. And she discovered something that changed her life. She wasn't sick. She was just deficient in essential nutrients for the muscles in her legs. And from then on, everything started to improve. And yes, today Ruth is able to climb stairs alone again. Stories like this repeat themselves every day. People over 60 years old who have always been healthy begin to feel leg pain, weakness, numbness, and cramps, but they think this is part of aging. But it isn't. This is not normal. This is one of the biggest lies told to the elderly. The body ages, yes, but that doesn't mean losing strength, let alone living limited because of it. What actually happens is that the body becomes more deficient in certain nutrients. And if these vitamins and minerals are not replenished correctly, the muscles weaken, the nerves don't function well, and the pain appears. But the good news is that all of this can be reversed. How many times have you felt that calf cramp in the middle of the night? Or had your legs trembling after walking a little more than usual? Have you ever felt that fear when getting up from the couch, as if you could fall at any moment? Well, you're not alone. This happens to a lot of people, especially from 60, 70, 80 years old. But know that it is still possible to regain firmness in your legs, improve your balance, and get back the freedom to come and go without fear. Some people think that it's only possible to improve leg health with expensive medications, complicated physical therapy, or surgery. But often, the root of the problem lies in something much simpler, a lack of vitamins. And we're not talking about just any vitamin. We're talking about specific nutrients that act directly on muscle strength, circulation, and prevention of those dreaded cramps. And even those who are already advanced in age can feel a huge difference by doing the right replenishment. To give you an idea, a study conducted with 200 elderly people between 65 and 92 years old revealed that more than 70% of them were deficient in at least 3 essential nutrients for muscular function. And the most impressive thing, those who started to supplement these vitamins correctly reported significant improvement in leg strength in less than 30 days. This is not magic. It's science. It's the body working the way it should. What many people don't know is that age directly interferes with nutrient absorption. Even if you eat well, with fruits, vegetables, and greens, you may not be absorbing enough. The intestine slows down, the metabolism changes, and the body requires more of certain vitamins to maintain balance. That's why so many elderly people feel weakness, dizziness, and imbalance, even leading an apparently healthy life. The deficiency sets in slowly, silently, and the symptoms are confused with natural aging. But imagine now waking up in the morning without that leg pain, walking to the bakery without leaning on anyone, going out to visit a friend without fear of tripping. Imagine regaining confidence when climbing stairs, dancing at a family party, or even playing with grandchildren without feeling limited. This is possible, yes. No matter if you're 60, 70, 80, or 94 years old. Strength can return, balance can be regained, pain can go away. And it all starts with the right care. The problem is that many people don't even know they are deficient in vitamins. And that's why they continue to live with the pains, cramps, and weakness as if they were an inevitable part of life. But they're not. From the age of 60, the body needs special attention. It needs more magnesium, more vitamin D, more potassium, more vitamin B12. Each of these vitamins plays a key role in leg health, and their lack may be the reason behind what you feel today. Of course, each person is unique. But if your legs feel heavy, if you're afraid to walk alone, if you've ever woken up with that strong pain caused by a cramp, or if you feel like you're losing strength over time, it's a sign that something needs to be corrected. And the good news is that there's a simple and accessible way to do that. Throughout this video, we'll show you what those 6 essential vitamins are for those who want firmer, stronger, and more secure legs. We'll explain what they're for, where to find them, and how to use them correctly. Because yes, there is a way, and it can start today. You don't have to accept pain as part of aging. You don't have to live in fear of falling or relying on others to do simple things. You can regain control over your body, your steps, and your routine. You just need to understand what's missing. And that's what we're going to reveal next. If you or someone in your family is over 60, this video can transform how you view the health of your legs. Because what seemed inevitable can be avoided, and what seemed lost can be regained. There's still time. There's always time. In the next segment, you'll understand why so many people end up suffering from leg pain without knowing the cause. We'll talk about the most common mistakes that aggravate the problem, the habits you may be repeating every day without realizing it, and how small adjustments can make a big difference. If you've ever suffered from a cramp that seemed endless, if you've ever felt your leg give out while climbing a step, if you've ever thought this pain was forever, stay with us. What's coming next could be the beginning of a new phase in your life, and this new phase starts now. You may not notice it in your daily life, but there are very clear reasons why so many people, especially after the age of 60, start to feel pain, weakness, and constant cramps in their legs. And most of these reasons are directly linked to habits that seem harmless, but gradually impair the body's functioning. What you'll hear now may open your eyes to mistakes you've been making for years without realizing it. And don't worry, everything we'll show here has a solution, and it can be solved with simple, accessible, and very effective changes. Let's start by talking about the most common causes of this discomfort that so disrupts the quality of life of those in their golden years. The first is nutrient deficiency, especially vitamins and minerals that directly affect muscle strength, blood circulation, and communication between nerves and muscles. Without these elements, the legs lose firmness, the muscles weaken, and the risk of falls increases significantly. The second factor is dehydration. Many people over 60 drink little water throughout the day, which impairs circulation and can cause cramps, tingling, and pain. The third factor is a sedentary lifestyle. When the body moves little, the muscles atrophy, circulation slows, and the nervous system begins to function more erratically. And last but not least, we have the prolonged use of certain medications, such as diuretics, antihypertensives, or cholesterol drugs, which deplete the natural stock of minerals like magnesium, potassium, and B-complex vitamins. These are the most common causes, and unfortunately many people have no idea that they're linked to their routine, and that's where the biggest mistakes lie. Let's talk about them now. The first mistake is thinking you're eating well when your body can no longer absorb nutrients the same way as before. Many people say, "But I eat rice, beans, salad, drink milk, eat fruit every day." That's great, of course. But after 60, the digestive system changes. Stomach acidity decreases, the intestine becomes less efficient, and the production of digestive enzymes drops. The result? Even when eating right, the body absorbs less. It's as if the food goes in, but the nutrients are not properly utilized. This happens mainly with vitamin B12, magnesium, and calcium. In other words, a person can be doing everything right and yet still experience weakness, pain, and cramps. That's why it's so important not just to eat well, but to ensure that the body is properly absorbing what it needs. The second mistake is to accept pain as if it were an inevitable consequence of aging. How many times have you heard or even said something like, it's age. It's normal to feel that after 60. Everyone feels pain over time. Well, know that this is a myth. Feeling pain is not normal. Pain is always a sign that something is wrong, and when it appears in the legs, especially accompanied by cramps, weakness, or numbness, the body is calling for help. Accepting pain without seeking a solution is dangerous, because when you get used to the discomfort, you stop noticing the signs that could prevent something more serious, like a fall, a fracture, or even a loss of mobility. And it's important to repeat, this has nothing to do with age. It has to do with deficiencies that can be corrected. Age only reveals what was hidden, but with the right care, it's possible to live without pain, with firmness, balance, and confidence, to walk, climb stairs, or take a simple outdoor stroll. The third mistake is the continuous use of medications without nutritional monitoring. Many people have been taking medications for years, whether for high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, or anxiety. These medications are important and life-saving, no doubt. But what many people don't know is that they can also cause significant losses of vitamins and minerals in the body. For example, diuretics used to control blood pressure cause the body to eliminate potassium and magnesium. The lack of these two minerals is directly related to nighttime cramps, muscle weakness, and a feeling of heavy legs. Another example is cholesterol medications, which can interfere with the absorption of coenzyme Q10, a nutrient essential for muscle energy. If care is not taken to replenish what is being eliminated, the symptoms will worsen over time. That's why it's essential to talk to a professional and assess the need to adjust your diet or supplement with specific vitamins. Now pause for a moment and think of your body as if it were a car. A car needs fuel to run, but it also needs oil, water, a battery, and clean filters. If one of these elements is missing, it won't run properly. The engine starts to fail, the parts wear out faster, and eventually it stops working. It's the same with our bodies. It's not enough to just eat. You need to ensure that the body is receiving everything it needs to function well. And this is even more important after the age of 60. Because at this stage of life, any small deficiency can turn into a bigger problem. But the opposite is also true. Any small adjustment can bring about a surprising improvement. You've probably heard of people who started taking a vitamin and felt more energetic in just a few days. Or someone who adjusted their diet and noticed that their leg pains went away. This is no coincidence. The body responds very well when it's cared for, even at an advanced age. Even after years of suffering, there's always time to improve. Let's remember Ruth, whom we mentioned at the beginning of the video. She only discovered that she was deficient in vitamin D and magnesium after falling at home. But after she started taking care of herself, she began to feel more secure, regained her confident stride, and now lives with much better quality of life. Like her, many other elderly people can avoid falls, pain, and limitations if they know exactly what their bodies are lacking. And that's why we're here. It's important to understand that the problem has a cause, and that the causes are identifiable. If you have nighttime cramps, feel your legs are weak, have difficulty getting out of bed or walking a block, there's a reason for it. And that reason isn't simply old age. The body doesn't shut down at 60, 70, or 90. What it needs is attention, care, proper nutrition. And the good news is that all of this can be reversed with small changes. Drinking more water throughout the day, getting sun exposure at the right times, taking a light walk every day, even if it's inside the house, adding foods rich in potassium like bananas, sweet potatoes, and spinach, including magnesium in your routine through nuts, avocados, or supplementation if necessary, and most importantly, knowing exactly which 6 vitamins make all the difference for the health of your legs. In the next segment, we'll present them one by one with clear explanations, examples of where to find them, symptoms of deficiency for each one, and how you can start using them today. If you've made it this far, it's because you care about your health or the health of someone you love, and that alone is a huge step. What comes next is even more important, because the time has come to talk about solutions. The time has come to show, based on science and practice, how to strengthen your legs, eliminate cramps, and live with more freedom, confidence, and well-being. In the next segment, you'll learn about the 6 essential vitamins for anyone who wants to regain leg strength. And you will realize that living with more energy, strength, and lightness is totally possible, even after 60, 70, or 90 years. So stay with us. The best is yet to come. Now that you've understood what's really behind the weakness in the legs, the constant cramps, and the feeling of imbalance that affects so many people over 60, the most important moment of this video has arrived. It's time to learn about the 6 essential vitamins that, when properly included in your daily routine, can completely transform your muscle health, restore firmness to your legs, and eliminate those aches and cramps that bother you so much once and for all. And best of all, it doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, 80, or 94 years old. Your body can still react, and react very well when it receives what it needs. Let's start with the vitamin that is almost a superpower for muscles, vitamin D. It is responsible for helping the body absorb calcium, strengthen bones, and keep muscles active and firm. Without vitamin D, it's as if the muscle forgets how to function properly. The person begins to feel weakness, especially in the legs, has difficulty climbing stairs, getting out of bed, or even walking short distances. The good news is that vitamin D is produced naturally by our body when we get sun exposure. That's why one of the simplest ways to replenish this vitamin is to expose yourself to the morning sun between 8 and 10 o'clock for 15 to 20 minutes, with arms and legs exposed. But be careful. This should be done safely, without excesses and without sunscreen during this period. Additionally, it can also be found in foods such as eggs, sardines, tuna, and beef liver, as well as specific supplements that can be recommended by a health professional. If you feel your muscles are weak, have bone pain, or have been falling frequently, you may be deficient in vitamin D. And one of the easiest to correct is the deficiency of vitamin B12. It is responsible for nerve health and energy production in the body. When B12 is lacking, the body begins to show clear signs: extreme fatigue, tingling in the legs and feet, imbalance when walking, loss of strength, and even cognitive difficulties. Many older adults are deficient in B12 because the stomach produces less acid over the years, making it harder to absorb. It can be found in lean meats, eggs, milk, and dairy products, but in many cases, supplementation is necessary, especially for people over 65. If you feel like your mind is sluggish, you're frequently tripping, or your legs are numb, pay attention to vitamin B12. Improvement can be felt within a few weeks after starting replacement therapy. The third on our list is magnesium. This mineral plays a crucial role in muscle relaxation and the transmission of signals between nerves and muscles. Without magnesium, muscles become tense, irritated, and cramps start to appear, particularly at night. Magnesium also helps regulate the functioning of the heart and circulatory system. Signs of deficiency include nocturnal cramps, leg tremors, muscle weakness, and even palpitations. It can be found in foods like bananas, avocados, spinach, Brazil nuts, almonds, and oats. A simple tip is to include a banana with oatmeal for breakfast or a handful of nuts as a snack. If necessary, magnesium can also be taken as a supplement, always under the guidance of a professional. With proper supplementation, many people report that cramps disappear completely in less than 2 weeks. The fourth vitamin is calcium. Although well known for strengthening bones, calcium is also essential for muscle contraction. When it is lacking, the muscles cannot work properly, and this can cause a feeling of weakness, joint pain, and even spasms. Calcium is present in foods such as milk, yogurt, white cheese, broccoli, and cabbage. But for it to be well absorbed by the body, it is necessary to have an adequate amount of vitamin D. One depends on the other. Therefore, it is ideal that calcium consumption is always accompanied by sun exposure or supplements that already come with the two substances combined. A coffee with milk in the morning, a salad plate with dark leaves at lunch, and a yogurt in the afternoon already help a lot. If you feel that your bones are more fragile or feel pain when supporting the weight of your body on your legs, this may be a vitamin lacking in your body. We now move on to potassium, the fifth fundamental vitamin on our list. Potassium regulates the fluid balance in the body, helps in muscle contraction, and directly contributes to blood pressure control. Its lack causes cramps, muscle fatigue, general weakness, and even arrhythmias. A body with little potassium is like a car trying to drive with flat tires. The effort is great, the performance is low, and the risk of breakdown is high. Foods rich in potassium are easy to find. Bananas, sweet potatoes, pumpkin, oranges, melons, and beans are excellent sources. A practical tip is to include a banana in the middle of the afternoon, a natural juice at lunch, and baked sweet potato at dinner. These simple choices make all the difference for the proper functioning of the leg muscles. And finally, we have vitamin E, which may be the least talked about, but is extremely important. It has a powerful antioxidant action, helping to protect muscle cells against wear and tear, improve blood circulation, and combat premature aging. When it is lacking, the person may feel their legs more tired, more painful, and even experience swelling and a feeling of heaviness. Vitamin E can be found in sunflower seeds, peanuts, nuts, olive oil, avocado, and egg yolks. Additionally, it is also present in specific supplements, which can be very useful, especially when combined with other vitamins. With more vitamin E in the body, muscles recover faster, pain decreases, and the body feels lighter. These are the 6 essential vitamins for those who want to regain firm, strong legs, free from cramps, and ready to keep up with life with more freedom. It is not necessary to take them all in capsules, nor to radically change one's diet overnight. The most important thing is to start. Start with small choices, with new habits, with attention to what the body is asking for. Include more vegetables, drink more water, walk a little every day, get some sun. All of this adds up, and in a short time, the results appear. It's never too late to take care of yourself. Even at 94 years old, the body still responds when it is well nourished, well cared for, and respected. Your body deserves this second chance. And you also deserve to walk with confidence, get up safely, sleep without cramps, and live without pain. All of this is possible. All of this can start today. So if this video helped you, or if you know someone who is suffering from leg pain, share this content. It may be exactly what that person needs. Leave your comment, sharing your experience. Have you ever experienced nighttime cramps? Have you ever been afraid of falling? Are you going through this now? Write it down here. Your story can inspire others. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive more content like this, focused on the health and well-being of those in their golden years. Here you will find reliable, accessible information, explained clearly, with kindness and respect. Click the subscribe button, turn on the bell to not miss any new videos, and if you can, leave a like. This way you help us continue to spread this type of information to those who need it most. And finally, visit the link that is here in the description. Remember, living well is not a privilege for a few. It is a right for all. And your health can improve, yes, even now. Even after 60, you just have to take the first step. And you already have. The next step is to continue. Let's go together.